Hey, what's up, guys? This is Quinn with Dank's Warner Emporium coming at you with our Chronicast podcast number 17.
Oh, 17.
Yeah.
Put that money down.
I am sitting here with Thug Nasty, a.k.a. Nasty Thug.
Oh, nasty thought. Oh, we're going out with it.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Tonight on Zazzle, I am going to be ordering those T-shirts. I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, razzle-dazzle them.
So, anyways, Facebook, if you are watching this live on Facebook, to our left is Instagram, which we will be referencing, and to our right is Periscope. Either one of those you can message in on, preferably message in on Instagram. Good old Easton over there will be sending us your questions over here to the iPad, and we can answer those for you live. So just shoot those on over in the Instagram feed, and hopefully Easton can do his job. So he kind of wanders around, and we have to look at him sometimes.
Sometimes he can't do his job.
That is true. If you guys have been watching us on Facebook and lost all audio multiple times, we just want you to know who to be angry with and hate. We're doing our job here in front of the camera, and we just hope he's doing his job behind the camera.
So Mr. Random, why don't you tell everybody why we are here?
So I believe we are here to smoke some gorgeous weed, and today we're actually doing something a lot differently than normal. We are actually concentrating on one single brand for the entire show. Trying multiple different other strains. I hear an echo. I hear it in my headphones. Do you hear that echo? And what is the brand we are smoking on today?
So this stuff got dropped off yesterday, and I think we're all really excited to try it out. So this is Gabriel. The flower just looks amazing. They're based out of Issaquah. So having them...
Shout out to Issaquah.
Mm-hmm. Spell Issaquah. I-S-S-S-I-S-I-I-I, right?
Oh.
No, I have no idea. Try spell it without autocorrect.
Dude, yeah, no. I mean, but I can't even spell like grocery store without autocorrect. What are you talking about?
So back to Gabriel. The flower that they just dropped off looks absolutely gorgeous.
Ooh.
All of it.
Yeah.
Every single piece.
Ooh, so very, very dense here, guys. Yeah. Extremely closely, very tight trim. I mean, this is almost over trimmed.
Yeah.
But it is just wow, that is, you hear that crack? Ooh, pungent.
Yeah.
Pungent. Very actually, like, I was actually talking this with a customer today about what is, when you say dank, like what does that mean from a smell, or and like that I would actually be like, now that is the old school dank.
Yeah.
When you break it open, it has that almost musk.
Yep.
Yeah, very nice. What strain was that?
That was the cookies and cream. So they dropped off some cookies and cream. They dropped off some Pineapple Express and some lemon OG. So
nice.
I just kind of figured with today's podcast or today's Chronicast, these guys are in strong consideration to come onto the shelf. So I figured, why not?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, that's all about figuring out if they are up to snuff. I believe I ran across these guys on Twitter, saw their stuff, and was like, "Yo, have you guys dropped off samples? We need to smoke this shit."
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, that is where we're at.
Yeah.
What are we gonna smoke on first,
though? I think that we should do the cookies and cream last.
Just because it's going to be so stony, we're not going to be able to function.
Exactly.
I can see that.
I am feeling the lemon OG.
You just want that citrus.
I do. Okay. It seems like it's going to be good for right now. Cool. So the packaging that they brought it in is really cool. The bottom of the glass jar is actually a magnifying glass. So you can get a really good look at it if you're in the shop. We have a hard time with being able to showcase some of the weed, some of the product, because either it comes in a windowless bag or the jar that has the sticker all the way around it. It's just really difficult to see, but these guys went into their packaging with that in mind, and so they made it easily viewable.
And I mean, that's impressive just how good a shot I can get on Periscope of this in the package. That just kind of show the people on Instagram. I am normally a very critical person. I think a lot of our reviews, we give way too high marks for some of the packaging.
But this deserves it.
This deserves it. I mean, I'm gonna throw somebody under the bus. Like Diosa Verde, love the company, love the master grower. I think great person, love their entire philosophy. I wouldn't even give them a 1 star in their packaging. I mean, it's just god awful, and it's basically like the bare minimum of like, oh, we used to be medical, now we wreck. I got to put it in a bag and slap a sticker on it. But these guys, I mean, is this wood?
It's top? Bamboo.
It's bamboo on the top with a rubber seal. Comes open super nice and easy. Gorgeous, bright stickers, so it's going to catch your eye as you're looking at. If you're looking at 200 other strains in a case, this is still going to catch your eye.
Oh, absolutely.
And then to be able to hand it to any customer and be like, look at the magnifying glass, and then be like, oh shit. I mean, this is doing it right. I honestly, I got to say, I know that we were tweeting with the guys and doing those kind of normal things, but I feel like I need to get educated on this company. And so, do you know anything about their roots or anything like that?
Really, just kind of what I know about them is that they're from Issaquah. I know their price points. They're one of those companies that they're not going to sell us grams. They're going to provide 2-gram jars. They're going to do 8s in jars, and then I believe it goes to 6 grams.
Oh, okay. So they like to do, they always like to do the odd ones.
Yeah.
Kind of like Canasol.
Yeah. But, what they did to go along with our meeting is that they brought us everything that we would need to know about their company. It's all hand trim, all organically grown. You can see their dry room. Nice. It's just great. I mean, how cool of a dry room is that?
Yeah, that's kind of fun. Jesus Christ, did they build the thing entirely out of cedar?
Yeah, that's totally what it looks like.
Yeah, it's impressive.
So this is somebody that knows how to market their product. These people come completely with a professional display, completely professional look. The whole vibe that I get from Gabriel is just kind of like a surfer vibe, just kind of like,
what up, man?
Just chill. We're just, we all enjoy weed and just, cowabunga, bro.
I think we just dated ourselves with that reference.
Cowabunga.
Yeah. Nice. So let's get in on the lemon OG. Let's pop that top and let's see what the nose is looking like on that one.
Smells lemony and it smells skunky.
Oh, baby.
And that would make sense. That would make sense because it's lemon skunk and OG number 18.
Oh, OG number 18.
So it smells citrusy, totally citrusy.
Guys on the podcast, pulling out another gorgeous, dense nug, ridiculously crystals, pulling that over so that the Periscope people can see. I'm going to crack this open. Let's do this right now. Oh, even more of those lemon nodes. If this smokes like it smells, that is a treat. Okay, so while you're smelling that,
I don't smell skunk.
Yeah.
When you break it open, I don't smell the skunk at all. I smell lemon.
Yeah.
I smell citrus. Maybe a little bit of orange.
Let me see if I get any of those orange notes.
Not quite like the Tangy.
Yeah, no, not like the Tangy. Oh man, yeah. This is some top shelf.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
So with us already saying that the quality is top shelf, knowing that it's indoor grown, do we know? Are they doing like cocoa? Are they doing deep water culture? The nug does not look deep water culture. I'll tell you that. If anybody's watching on Instagram, Periscope, Facebook, and you could see the nug closely, it definitely doesn't look like that. So
I don't think it's cocoa. I think it's just potted soil.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yeah,
man, they're like old school.
That's
doing it right. That's
cowabunga.
There you go. I mean, if they're doing it that way, man, are they putting in the man hours and labor into this, and they're getting a top quality product with that labor. So that's really nice to see. So, given the fact that they don't sell single grams, guys, here we're going to be doing a little fun math throughout the show. So it comes lowest quantity you can get is a 2-gram jar, and out the door here, if we pick it up, it would be, is it $23.34? Is that correct?
$23.34. That breaks it down to, if we were to break it down to the gram price, it's $11.67.
$11.67.
That's our top shelf.
Yeah, that is definitely our top shelf. That is an interesting price point that we find a lot of growers at.
It's hard to compete.
Yeah, it's very, if you are going to be a grower and say, oh yeah, man, we sell it for X and we're expecting people to pay 1167, which probably back in the medical days was the classic 12. You know, there wasn't the tax and everyone did round numbers. We try and obviously save everybody that extra 40 cents every single gram when they come in. And that adds up, you know, because most people are buying eighths, quarters, halves, you know, 40 cents times 14. Now you're saving some significant money. So, guys, I'm going to shut up here because we need to review the flavor of this because my buddy Quinn just took a nice, massive rip.
Yep, I just took a nice, good, big old bong rip, and you know, I got to tell you, I don't get the lemon flavor
At all?
I'm not really getting the lemon flavor. I'm definitely getting a skunk, almost kind of like a musky tone to it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not as light and refreshing as I had expected it to be. Yeah, mainly based off the strain, off the parents, and what we know off of the parents. And then honestly, the packaging, it totally sets you up for something that's like, this is going to be light.
Oh, yeah. No, I can see that. I can see how that you kind of are like, oh, this is going to be, but I mean, so probably through their grow that they're getting a lot more of an earth tone. I'm actually pulling an audible here. If Easton, if you could bring me that pipe, the scorpion black pipe, I do want to know the difference here of smoking it out of this pipe. We'll throw a little in there, and we'll try it this way. Guys are loving scorpion pipe, just because, you know, it's so manly and cool.
Are you a Scorpio?
I am a Scorpio.
You are a Scorpio.
A Scorpio is. I'm not very good with signs in the skies and that kind of stuff.
No.
You know, basically, I can barely even find the Little Dipper.
You know, I wonder.
You have a rising moon, Quinn. I guess that's the question.
Well, I'm a Pisces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm born February 28th.
Oh, okay.
I'm wondering
Happy birthday. Is there another birthday going on today?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, do you know what Lauren's would be? I mean, her birthday's today. It's also Terry's birthday.
I know. We actually have a double birthday today. So I want to say, first off, happy birthday, Terry, and a big shout out to happy birthday, Lauren. So are they doing a joint birthday party today?
No.
No? Oh well. So the
I think I don't think Lauren's having a party today.
Oh, that's pretty lame.
I think it's
not even on her birthday?
No.
Okay. So Quinn now for the podcast is taking another rip of the Lemon OG in a pipe to really see what the harshness. I mean, that's what we're here about.
No thank you out of the pipe.
No thank you out of the pipe. Okay. So looking like a rough flavor.
That was rough out. Not flavor. It was almost like a heat on the back of my throat.
Ooh.
Flavor-wise, still not a light taste. It's still skunky. A little bit of musk, which is very surprising. So
interesting.
Mr. Thug Nasty, what do you know about the genetics of Lemon OG?
When someone walks into the shop and calls me Thug Nasty, I'm going to completely blame you. Mm-hmm. Like it's going to be an awkward moment.
I blame me too.
So anyway, now I've completely. What was the question?
Tell us about the genetics of Lemon OG.
Well, lemon skunk, actually, we used to have in our med shops one of the most popular strains, normally a THC pusher and a weight pusher. And so that's one of the reasons for growers it became very, very popular. I can see a lot of people over the years kind of like to move away from that skunk. And so to crossbreed it with something a little more classy and get it a little over to the Kush side normally gets it a little bit more popular. So people coming in, they want a Kush, they want an OG. And so you can just see where that genetics made sense. You got some that's going to push it up into where pretty easily to grow this in the 20 percentiles.
Yeah.
And then going from that, something that's giving you enough weight, like a lemon skunk, then cross that with something that's going to get it where people are getting the effects they want.
Yeah.
So
Effect-wise, it seems like you would do that to have it lean more indica.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, the vast majority of people, I would say there are the people that want to feel good and happy and stony and have a good time. But the day in, day out smoker that's especially on the medical side, there's so many people buying it to like relax at the end of the day, stop worrying about work, their problems, get rid of pain that in that body. And so, you're always going to be seeing probably over the masses a 60, 65, 70% of what is bought being indica based. And that is why that classic, dude, I'm looking for the Kush is always gonna be there. And so I think this is a great strain for them to grow.
Yeah, so if someone comes in here to Dank's Winter Emporium, largest selection in Lacey, Washington. Shameless plug. Someone walks in and they say, I'm looking for that Kush. You know, I want some Royal. I want some OG. I want some Bubba. You know, I mean, would you pull this out? Would you be like, you know, you got to check out the lemon OG?
Well, off of that nose and the dense nug and the jar, it's almost a difficult not to pull it out.
And being 28%.
And 28%. And so it's very disappointing to see how harsh that smoke
out of
was.
The pipe.
Yes. But still, I mean, a lot of people buy and then they just start rolling it into joints. We're not obviously going to do that on the show here. I'll tell you, man, I'd be a little bit hesitant because especially for that top shelf price point, when you go to that top shelf, it has to have all three. It's got to have flavor, it's got to be well manicured, and it's got to be an enjoyable smoke. Like I never, and this is, you know, I'm more on this side of things, and people kind of prosecute me against it, where I do not care about the genetics when comparing growers, because the genetics are the genetics. You as the grower did not make this a more stony, you know, weed. You did not make this more of an indica. That is the genetics. That is the wonder of the plant. What you can control is the quality of the nug, the nose, and what it tastes like. I mean, obviously some genetics will be naturally a little more earthy or a little more citrusy and have different terpene profiles, but you can, with nutrients and those kind of things, you can accent the appropriate ones for which strains. And so in your opinion, after getting to smoke it, what would you do with a customer coming in knowing that they have to buy 2 grams of it? Not only they can't just try it at a gram, they got to buy 2 grams of it and that flavor profile.
You know, with the flavor, that's the only thing turning me off, really. I think that I would point someone towards it if they were looking for like a specific, if they wanted something fruity and cushy, if they wanted like, and that's what I'm saying. It's a little bit tough because if someone comes in, like we were talking about, having it be the OG side of having it be the more the Kush side, if someone comes in wanting something like that, does this kind of match that criteria? Because I don't think anyone's ever come in specifically to me and said, hey, do you have lemon OG? It hasn't happened.
Oh, I've had people come in. I mean, I've had people that come in and they want stuff that is lemon. And so then you're looking, and then I've even had people come in, especially a dude wears that old school lemon skunk. So I've definitely had that before.
Yeah. So if that's the question, then I would definitely be pointing this out. And then I would be telling them that this is more of our top shelf. You can't buy 1 gram. So that might be a deterrent for someone that wants to try it out. But if they have a friend or one of us here at Dank smokes this and absolutely loves it, I could see this being something that people would come in and continuously purchase.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So the question I have, you took a couple nice rips, then tried a little in the pipe. Let's get down to brass tacks and let's talk about the effects in a little more detail. What are you feeling? Is it in the body? Is it in the head?
Well, it's definitely in the head.
Okay.
Which is interesting to me because I thought it was going to really kind of be more of a body, not so spacey. Immediately, it's behind the eyes. My throat still is burning a little bit from smoking it out of Scorpio. But that's not necessarily an effect. I'm feeling a little just more cloudy than I had anticipated. I really thought this was going to be more kind of settle my body down. And then as we move through this podcast, get to more of the hard-hitting stony.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we made a mistake.
No, we've got to try everything out.
Amen on that.
You know, and again, I touched on it, but I just want to say, I think that this being only in 2 gram jars and not being a solid $20 dub like you would get way back in the day, that would be what turns people off from giving it a shot.
Oh, absolutely. If I could give any advice to the growers, not that they're watching right now, but if I was going to give any advice, get it to that classic 1999, and I think then, especially since you don't have a gram, you're not willing to do a jar for a gram. And trust me, I'm sure that these look like custom-made jars, at least at some level, especially with the printing on the top. I mean, I can understand them saying, "Hey guys, we can't give away this jar for only a gram."
Yeah,
like I get that. And I think the end consumer should also get that. But the number of people who come in and they want to get a gram of this and a gram of that and a gram of this and a gram of that, or I want it when I'm trying it for the first time, there's a new company I've never tried. Getting people to do over that jump, I mean, I've just seen it with Canasol. Their struggles of it's it's weird to think like $20 is a pretty big commitment, but if you look at the wine industry, most wine is all bought for under $13, and so you're asking people to step up quite a bit for not ever trying your company and knowing if they're going to like it.
But I would say if you buy this, you're going to like it.
Well,
effect-wise,
you're going to like the Lemon OG. And, I mean, at least you're definitely going to have some good-looking stuff. I'm interested, and I definitely want to move forward onto the Pineapple Express and see if the flavor profile, and that's why I kind of like that we're doing that this time, is their flavor profile just match across all their strains because they're just using all the same newts and doing all the same stuff to everything. And so basically everything tastes the same.
So maybe that would explain the musk.
Yeah, it definitely could. So, but let's get away.
And it did completely throw me off for a loop.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. And that one, that smells fruity. That smells tropical.
So guys, as many of us, since the movie came out and this strain all of a sudden took over, Pineapple Express, this does not smell like a classic Pineapple Express to me. I mean, we've obviously had tons of different ones roll through our shop. This nug is a little less dense. Definitely has a lot more red hairs on it for anybody watching on Periscope. I'm also going to get over for the old Instagrammers getting to see the nug. Yeah. Wow.
It's a little on the drier side.
There it is. When you crack it open, you get that classic Pineapple Express. Go ahead and get a whiff of that.
Tropical.
Yeah. It definitely, it's kind of surprising that's once you crack it, it comes back. So I'm hoping with that the flavor profile will be there for you. The trim is definitely not as good on this one. Kind of disappointed in the lead fans right there. Just even the entire structure of this with the stick. I mean, that is kind of a giant stem and stuff. I mean, it's a pretty bonsai tree, but I don't know if that's what our intention of smoking this is. So you got this loaded up for the guys on the podcast? I think Quinn's got this loaded up and is ready to rip.
So you kind of touched on it. Pineapple Express, the strain in itself, I personally feel like became more mainstream after the movie.
Well, so this is the actual story from the producers and Judd Apatow and Seth Rogen and all those guys. They literally looked up and spent a ton of time coming up with the name of the movie that wasn't a pre-existing strain. They literally guarantee and swear on their lives that the strain Pineapple Express did not exist before they filmed and released the movie. And so the story goes that someone took an unknown skunk strain and just renamed it Pineapple Express because once the poster came out, dude, get that on your shelves. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so
was it pretty highly sought after in the med days?
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, people would come in and they'd be smoking. They'd literally be like, "Man, I'm looking for a real heavy indica. Oh, you have Pineapple Express? Well, I gotta try it." You know what I mean? And so that's the thing in our industry that we faced for a really long time is that people back then would just rename strains. They would just rename strains so that it would move better on the shelf, which is unfortunate because that's not exactly what people want to do. But the one nice thing is that at least everybody knew that it was an unknown skunk and it's stony and it's a sativa. So at least you could say, hey, try it, see if you like it, and it's a good sativa.
So you're thinking the train wreck and the Hawaiian is just made up then?
Well, Hawaiian actually, and I would even have to. I mean, let's be honest, Leafly's not right on everything,
right?
But I'm pretty sure even on Leafly admits like Maui, Wowie, and Hawaiian, they believe it's the exact same genetics, and so it's just two people calling it two different things. But I think the Hawaiian name is not put over multiple different strains. I think that is pretty locked on what those genetics are now. I haven't seen a lot of people that I would like. I mean, Hawaiian's such a classic, or Maui Wowie is such a classic. It would be pretty obvious if you tried to call that something else or call something else that strain. You know what I mean? I'm talking about when people used to come in and it would be like, Oh, dude, this is peanut butter and jelly X13.
Yeah.
just like coming up with a new name, and it's like, dude, no, you just grew OG Kush, and now you're trying to name it something else because we've got 4 OG Kushes already on the shelf.
So I got to tell you, the first hit of this, the flavor was so good.
Oh,
It was really sweet, floral.
nice.
It was light, much lighter than the lemon OG. And the second, not so much.
The second hit, it got a little rough real quick.
Yeah, the second hit, it just became a little bit smoky, tastes burnt.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
The so tasted burnt. Interesting. Just right off, and that was only on the second hit, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, are you willing to try it out of the pipe?
Yep.
Okay,
We'll
so
give it a shot.
as you guys can tell, we're really considering putting these guys on the shelf. From their marketing, I'm not going to say that they're marketing of standard media, because I mean, for them to be around and us to literally find them on Twitter is a little weird. To never see them in a magazine, to never get a real decent call from a rep before is a little surprising, I would definitely say. When you spoke with them, did they give any size of the company? Tier 3?
Tier 2.
Tier 2, yeah. So they're a little bit smaller. Being a Tier 2, it seems like most Tier 2s, their philosophy, because they can't compete on size, is to go after... we got some sticky fingers. Quinn is showing everybody at home sticky fingers coming off of packing this bowl for the Pineapple Express. So sorry, podcast, that you can't see sticky fingers. Okay, Quinn's taking a rip here, and we're going to see how smooth and the flavor coming off of when you're smoking it straight.
So it's smooth. It's smooth off the pipe, and again, the flavor. It's really sweet. It's floral.
Nice.
That's the best way that I can explain it. It's floral. It kind of feels like a beach party in my mouth. But no, there's really like no dark side to it. There's no skunk side to it. There's no woods, earth, any of that. It's really sweet. It's citrusy, not lemon, floral.
Nice. Well, I mean, from a Pineapple Express, and I would hope that other jars would just have a little better nug structure, more like their other 2 ones that just look phenomenal. I would definitely say that this was probably a buy, if not a very high try, in my opinion. Since we didn't do that on the Lemon OG, guys, let's just take a step back. Now that you've gotten to try the Pineapple Express, would the Lemon OG by Gabriel Cannabis, is that a buy, try, or puff pass?
It's a try.
Yeah.
It's a try. I think that if you were to, and again, 2 grams and the way it's smoked, that's the only reason I'm not saying this is 100%, because this sets you up for amazing. The packaging is professional.
Yes.
And this looks nice. This looks top shelf. The flower looks top shelf.
Mm-hmm.
But the smoke and the price make it like if you were going to go to the shop with a buddy and you guys wanted to go in on something together to try it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I would sit the Lemon OG.
Nice. Okay.
The Pineapple Express, on the other hand, I'm kind of getting that zippy feeling from the sativa side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the taste is really nice. Again, though, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It's got, there's a big stem in there.
That is a big stem.
Presentation of the bud itself visually is down on my side, but then it's so sticky. This it would stick to a wall.
Nice.
And
so you're once again, because of that, you're saying try, not
I think this
buy.
I think it's a try.
Interesting, man.
I'm tough to please today.
We have to be harder to please than the end consumer, because basically in the way that things are structured, we are looking out for them, because if we don't have the best products on the shelf, then they don't have the option. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing right here. We're doing the research. We're putting in the time so that when you guys come to Dank's Wonder Emporium, even though we give you 350 different strains to choose from, that's you choosing the genetics that's right for you. We want everything on the shelf. Even though there's always going to be a variance in price point, some people only have $5 and they need good smoke to smoke, and so we get that for them. And then some people want a little higher quality, better presentation, better trim job, better terpene profiles. And if you have the luxury of having a little more discretionary income, you can buy the top shelf.
So it kind of, even through the pipe, it still kind of has that burnt taste after on the second one.
Oh, I can. It does clearly, more of a burnt taste.
It doesn't really keep that floral, that flavor that was really exciting about it. And I think with it being Pineapple Express, you also get excited about it. So for me, again, that one's a try. If we had a gram, I would say absolutely $12 for a gram. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Would you see? So the question is if it was on our shelves, would you want to see it go from 12 on the gram, if they did a gram, to then 20 for 2 grams, and then some variation on the eighth?
Well, if we carried grams of it, it would be $11.67. I would imagine the eighth with the eighth would probably be more towards $34, $33. I just think that the 2 gram situation, the 2 gram mark, is hard to sit on the shelf because you do have just that one other tier below you.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I would like to see a 1 gram. I would like to see a 1 gram in this killer jar.
Yeah.
Killer jar.
It's a killer jar. It's just, I can lament with that company and having to make that hard choice. I bet they are sitting there right now, especially if they're watching, that they are wishing that they could off-put the cost against a single gram, which I think would be very, very difficult, especially in this marketplace, to compete when you consider what a gram goes for and how much the jar costs, and then to man-hour and time to put that label on there. So I'm normally never on the side of the grower and caring about their plight, but for some reason Gabriel has turned me around.
I think it's because you can tell that they care.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely put some time, energy into this. I mean, the G logo is a little interesting, and I don't think at first glance you actually understand that it's a G, but it's kind of fun. So, guys, on the podcast, I'm just bringing this back. We are now sniffing on the cookies and cream. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. What is the cookies and cream test at?
Ooh, let's find that out.
22.5%.
Ooh, very dense.
Kind of smells like a little bit of chocolate in there.
I get those nodes.
More earthy than the other two.
Definitely more earthy. Be interesting if this flavor kind of matches the lemon OG because of that earthy tone. Interesting. All tiny little nugs is what we got here in the sample jar.
Kind of stemmy.
Yeah. But still just crystally all over. Not sticky. I'm not getting any sticky whatsoever.
No, it wasn't sticky like the Pineapple Express.
Gotcha. I do remember that we forgot to give the percentage on the Pineapple Express. Do you want to take a wild guess, Quinn? We were playing the guessing game of THC level after you smoke it.
23.2.
You would be wrong, and you need to go down.
Oh, down.
Yeah, shocking. I'm a little surprised just of how
is it in
crystally
the teens?
It looks. It is in the teens.
Oh, 18.
Bam, 18.2. Nice job. So, obviously, I'm a little surprised to see that that's testing at 18%. Given your smoke on it, would you say that it feels on the effect side that it feels like an 18?
No, it feels a little bit stronger. I mean, you immediately get an energized kind of buzz.
Boom.
Yep, just boom, right off the bat, first after the first bowl.
Nice.
So with this cookies and cream, though, I think that we can expect it to definitely be a bit of a creeper.
Oh, I could definitely agree on that. Okay, guys, on the podcast, Quinn is now taking a nice big bong rip of the cookies and cream.
doesn't taste like it smells.
That Gabriel, it doesn't taste like it smells.
Doesn't taste like it smells.
I feel like that is what we have learned today.
It doesn't. I don't know quite how to explain it. It's a little bit woodsy,
but not an earth tone, right?
But not an earth tone. Let me try this.
Going back in for another one. Sometimes we have to do very detailed research to come up with these, so that we can appropriately describe this.
You know what? It kind of has that musk to it, like a campfire taste.
Okay,
I think that's probably a good way of explaining it. A little on the darker
but
side.
Those chocolate notes don't come across as s'more-ish or anything like that. Those are basically gone. Yep. They did not come through whatsoever.
Yeah, there's not a sweetness hiding out in there. It definitely just smells like tastes like a campfire. Okay. It actually smells like that
yeah, exactly. Like you can very clear on everything that there's. You can very much get the terpene profile just literally off of the smoke.
Yeah.
So
that was a wonderful smoke.
Nice.
Not harsh in the slightest. Full of flavor.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty big, sizable
rip
there.
Yeah, that was nice. So this one, in my opinion, is literally kind of for the flavor and the smoke and everything like that. I would say of the three, this is probably their best.
Yeah. This is the buy.
Yeah, I mean, it's also cookies and cream, so that I can understand why that. Is cookies and cream off of Platinum Girl Scout cookie, or is it off of just Girl Scout cookie?
This is just Girl Scout cookie. It's not. It's not one of the other phenos.
Gotcha. And remind me what the cream comes from? Oh, did we just
Starfighter?
Starfighter. That's right. How did I forget that? I'm getting dumber in my old age. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I was that smart to.
Aren't you like 21 3/4?
Yeah, dude. Just had my birthday. That's how I get to come in here. I had a meeting. I'll actually put this out. I was at a meeting, and the person actually straight up said, "There's no way you could be over 24 years old." And I was like, "Thanks, man. I'm gonna remember that." Like,
I got ID'd at Sizzler.
Okay, so let's try this in the good old Scorpion pipe and see if it holds up on the smoothness. Because I think that is the biggest number one thing and I think we overlook it a lot, even on this podcast, is the number one downfall of if something is even mid shelf or top shelf is it smooth. If it's not smooth, really that is an instant like, okay, you're bottom shelf.
So let's just identify. Look at the immediate effects. Do you see these eyes?
I see those eyes. Instagram, can you see those eyes?
You see those?
Wow.
Those are some dry eyes.
Oh man, we're gonna have to go get what was that shit we always used as teenagers? Visine or whatever.
Clear eyes.
Everybody, once you got a car, and there was just Visine all over in the car, and oh man, I really, I don't blink enough. I wear glasses. I need to work on the blinking. So anyways, anybody out there who's of a certain age knows exactly what I'm talking about. So,
did you finally get that thing installed in your house? The lift that takes you from the bottom of the stairs to the top. Dude, I know you were looking at that. For a while.
We started at the bottom, and now we're here.
Yeah, no, and I think didn't you leave your AARP membership card on the chair?
I did. I forgot it when I came to work today.
How did you get to work today, Random? Did the bus drop you off before
definitely.
The casino?
I didn't realize we were going to do a bunch of old jokes today.
You started it.
No wonder you have to keep working on getting new people to come on the show with you.
You started it. Oh, that's rough out of the Scorpion.
Ooh. That's why we do it.
That is rough out of the Scorpion pipe.
Ooh. Does that change your opinion now almost immediately?
I just probably wouldn't recommend this out of a pipe.
So you'd just be like, yo, just make sure you got a nice bong.
Yeah.
Good
have something to kind of chill the smoke out a little bit, or else it's going to be pretty harsh. But this was probably my favorite out of the three of them because the effects are immediate.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling it in my body. I'm feeling that kind of that heaviness, and if I was to keep going, the fog would definitely roll right in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, then basically you'd be like yesterday's podcast of barely being able to talk.
Oh, hey, I would like to address yesterday's podcast. I have to formally and officially redact a statement that I
Ooh.
made. Yes,
You can actually, we have to,
know.
because we're on the record, so you actually have to redact statements now. We've
Yes.
come a long way
Yes.
that we have to redact things.
So I have no idea why I read it this way, but I read Knights Templar. I read their strain as Medi USA, and I kept calling it that. And then after we finished, as soon as I walked out the door, I realized no, it spells Medusa. So I officially,
Medi USA.
yes, I officially
Medusa.
now say that yesterday I sampled Medusa by Knights Templar.
Okay. I don't think there was much of being able to figure out anything out after all those dabs.
It made the news.
That doesn't surprise me and stuff. I'm assuming it's gone viral already.
Yeah, so many people caught viruses from it.
Man, you got to be up on the correct stuff and how to actually read. It's a difficult job. We have to talk,
Public
smoke,
school.
and read.
I mean, come on now. That's
man.
what it was.
Exactly. Was that public school in like Spokane?
Cheney.
Ooh.
Yep, I went to Cheney High School.
You know what's probably really funny is like all the people that work at that high school are like, oh, but you moved to this town for the school district. That's what you really want. You want the school district. You want to be on the right side of the tracks.
It was a pretty country town.
Okay.
It was pretty country.
So did you lose your accent at some point, or how did you walk away from not saying y'all all the time? Y'all.
Oh God. Well, I liked girls, number one. So that was a start.
Oh.
Yeah. I had more interest in the fairer sex than I did working on my accent.
But I thought accents is what helped pick up the lady.
And
the British come over here, and it's just like...
Well, and I would also like to add to that statement. You notice that I said girls didn't chase me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
10-4 on that, good buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so as anybody who watches this show on the regular knows that you are one of the primary buyers here at Dank's Wonder Emporium, and with that, the question always comes up anytime we do these kind of public displays of us sampling things is, in your opinion, at this point, is this something we can potentially see on the shelf? I mean, a lot of factors go into play. Price point, what else is there on that shelf, what the supply is. So nothing here is guaranteed in any way, shape, or form, but just in your which way you're learning, 5149, given the three that you just sampled, does this more likely to be on the shelf or less likely to be on the shelf now after you did this?
One strain, cookies and cream.
So you would pick up a whole new different vendor off of just one strain, meaning that you're only going to carry one strain by them and assume people are going to notice it enough.
Yes, and because I think that we currently carry only one other strain of cookies and cream, and this surpasses that strain.
Who is that one by?
Green Acres.
I'll be honest, I'm a big Green Acres fan.
I am a huge Green Acres fan,
and that was better than
I
theirs?
think so. I think that the quality of the smoke, the effects immediate and lasting. Green Acres kind of creeps up on you, and then all of us, and it's almost too much to handle.
Because if I'm remembering, I mean, the test results for the Green Acres is almost always 28 plus. Yeah. And that was what, 23?
This was 25.
Oh, 25. So, I mean,
no,
dude,
Green Acres has
a couple percentage points is nothing in the testing world.
Yeah, they have wonderful strains. I'm not saying anything against Green Acres, but like I said, we're up to 3 points. And then the packaging. So the packaging is
That's true.
As we keep going back to this, we keep going back to the packaging. And you don't do that with the cookies and cream from Green Acres Farms.
I can see that.
So this would be something to where a customer would come in and they would say, what is something good? You go, bam, you will not be disappointed.
I agree. I agree right there. No, I see exactly what you're saying. And given the fact that their price point is almost identical, if not identical, one downfall for me, though, is I can go to a customer and say, yo, here's Green Acres Farms, which I love. Test results are a little bit higher, same price, and you can buy 1 gram and not 2. And so that is, I think that's a big turnoff. Also, if you are correct and they do like 6 grams instead of 7 or whatever, but I'd want to look into that. I am definitely, after going through this, it's really hard for me. 51.49, which way I'm leaning. Obviously, love the packaging, like that they're a tier 2, like this hand trim product, like it's all indoor. I mean, those are all things going on their thing. I would have liked to seen a lot better flavor off the lemon OG. Very disappointed in that. I do like that you've had immediate effects on everything. So I'm not sitting one way or the other. I would love to see them on the shelf and see how they compete.
You know, I think one thing that can be said too, as we continue that discussion, is this would be something to have someone else try and get their opinion, and that has also tried the Green Acres farm, and then that would be kind of a defining marker for us, because you're right, that's exactly the situation that you would run into. Could also very possibly be that they have that. I believe these guys, Gabriel, make Chernobyl, which is another Green Acres farm strain, but they have multiple strains. Maybe there's something in there that would work. But right now, the only thing on this table currently would be the cookie and cream.
Yeah. I would love to see, after Lauren recuperates from her birthday, that we have her do a smoke-off between this cookies and cream and Green Acres cookies and cream. And
exactly.
I think that's really going to be a deciding factor. So,
I just want to say I'm really glad that these guys came in, and thank you for dropping off the samples.
Yeah. Thank you, Gabriel Cannabis. And definitely look to speaking with you guys more in the future. I do want to say, as we wrap things up here, happy birthday to Terry.
Happy birthday, Terry.
Happy birthday, Terry, and happy birthday, Lauren.
Yeah, happy birthday, Lauren.
We will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. So about that, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come in tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I applied for a job at Lifesavers. Yeah, no, I'm not even shitting you. They told me I could make a mint.
Oh. Okay, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.